Hey guys, who's ready just to make a meatloaf? Just an old-fashioned simple meatloaf. Told you, I don't get too fancy around here. These recipes are so my kids have them in the future. Figured I'd share them with everybody. If you want to try it, have at it. Step one. Controversial? Maybe, maybe not. 2 pieces plain white bread. Just regular breadcrumbs, not Italian flavored. I'm doing 3 pounds of hamburger meat. If you think this is a lot. Apple juice. Where I got it from, I don't know. Been making it like this forever. So I'm just gonna put enough in there to kind of cover the bottom of the bowl. Now we're just gonna let it absorb, okay? Gonna let all the moisture get into the bread and the breadcrumbs, okay? That's some simple stuff. Don't leave any dry breadcrumbs. And you're gonna smash up your bread anyway. So, that's in there. Set it aside. Rinse my hands. Okay. Off camera, because this does not have instruction, I have cut up 1/2 of a white onion. 5 of the smaller garlic cloves. Pretty finely diced. Chaos begin. 3 pounds hamburger meat. Right into your bowl. Use that as my director. Now, meat is on top of the 2 pieces of bread. Apple juice, plain breadcrumbs. Not, I mean, you can do Italian style, whatever you want. All right, 2 eggs. Gonna go ahead with my garlic and my onion. Now, I will tell you something I do sometimes, just not in the mood tonight. Sometimes I dice up green peppers. That's another little thing I do. Anyway, this is in. Gonna get some spices. I'm gonna get my gloves on. Before I do that, I'm gonna spice it up with you. Now, I do use a lot of spices in here. So, of course, 3 pounds of meat. So we're gonna do a good amount of seasoning. I told you I'm an overachiever. So that was black powder, garlic powder, onion powder. Love onion powder. Lowry seasoned salt. Everglades. If you live in Florida, this is manufactured local to me. I'm gonna do some Kinder's buttery garlic herb. This is a new one I add in here. Haven't always done that. I told you I've just found this obsession with Kinder's and this buttery herb. I really like it with ground beef. I think I put it on chicken quite a few times too, but a little more. Ground beef is good. Even though I have the fresh garlic, you can never have enough garlic. I don't know what to tell you. About that much. Is that too much? All right. What am I missing here? Ketchup. That much. That much. All right. We've got our mess in our bowl. I really feel like I'm missing something. I don't know. I'll come back in and let you know if I am. Be right back. All right. Gloves are on. Now we're going to mix it up. You know, I try to make these recipes go fast, and I feel like I leave stuff out. Well, I did, and none of you said anything. Freaking left out salt. But all the seasons I put in here, I just added a little bit off camera. Yeah, you don't need a lot of salt. I mean, like I said, everything's up to your preference. I can't tell you 1 teaspoon, you know, 1/2 cup, full cup. Everybody makes things different. I mean, like I said, I probably have 3 or 4 ways that I make meatloaf. This is just quick, simple, all-American meatloaf, and it's so good. This is my base no matter what. Sometimes I try to get fancy, like I've done it with blue cheese crumbles in it. Depending on which children are home eating is what I can actually put in here. You know, like I said, green pepper. I love to dice up green pepper in here. Let me ask you this. Does anybody else make a meatloaf just to have a cold meatloaf sandwich the next day? Or is that just something that like my family does? I mean, my dad literally, he will try to hide meatloaf just to make sure he has a cold meatloaf sandwich. He puts it on white bread, ketchup and salt the next day. And I mean, looks forward to it. And then as I got older, I don't really hear anybody else talk about doing that. All right, so I'm gonna finish mixing this up and I'll be back. We'll get it into a casserole so we can go ahead and get this baby in the oven. And like I said, I always feed a lot of people. I don't know how to cook. I could never, I don't know what I'm gonna do when it's down to me and my husband, because I don't know. Thank God my husband's big and likes leftovers, because I can't cook for a small crowd. All right, you guys, I'll be right back. Oh, I mixed right onto my damn counter. Casserole dish. I'm gonna make a huge meatball. I like to pop it in here. It compacts the meat. I used to spend so much time shaping my meatloaf into an actual loaf. No, you just want your meat together like a huge meatball to the thickness you desire. My oven is on 350. It is preheated. So I'm gonna just try to keep it as compact as possible. Okay? And I'm gonna go to the thickness that I like. And I just eyeball it. It doesn't have to be a perfect loaf, even though it's a meatloaf. I'm gonna put it in the oven, 350, for about an hour. We'll put together a glaze here shortly and I'll be back to show you. All right, guys. Halfway through the cooking process. Meatloaf out of the oven. We're gonna put together a glaze. Glaze time. Sweet baby Ray's. Let that go. Get down in there, because we're gonna use the rest of that. Generous amount of ketchup. Remember, I have a 3-pound meatloaf. I want a good amount of glaze. All right. Silliness aside. It's about 1/3 of the amount of ketchup. It's gonna be barbecue sauce. Love those noises. They still make me giggle like when I was a child. All right, we'll mix it up. Like I said, I cooked this for an hour. So about 30 minutes in, I'm gonna put this together. And you know, I have all the pot holders in the world. I still use my grandmother's pot holders. How ridiculous is that? I'm old. My grandmother was like 100 and something. Still use her pot holders. Love you, Gram. All right, put some glaze on. Does your family dip theirs in more ketchup? Half of my kids do, half of them don't. Take it, just like making a cake. You're just gonna glaze the whole top of your meatloaf. It's okay if it goes down the sides. Oh, don't wanna lose a chunk though. Corner to corner. And let me tell you, this smells fantastic. All right, back in the oven, another 30 minutes. Finished product. Oh my God. Half-baked potatoes. That recipe's coming. Enjoy.